Hello, welcome to Duncan Egg Bricks and to a LEGO set review. Now, those of you who follow me on Instagram or saw my post on YouTube last week might have been expecting a review of the Assembly Square set to be coming out sometime soon, and I'm afraid that's not going to be happening. After I'd finished building that set, I decided that it didn't really have a place in my collection at the moment, so I decided the best thing to do would be to sell it off and put the money towards something else. Managed to get nearly all my money back for that, and with the money that I got, I went ahead and bought this set, which is, of course, set 76391, Hogwarts Icons Collector's Edition. The set's been out for a little while now, and I've been going backwards and forwards on whether I should add it to the collection, and I am really glad that I did. Kind of spoiling it by cutting all the way to the end, but I am really happy with this set. It was a fantastic build to put together. I think the fact that there are so many sort of different elements and different designs all in one package is really great, and I love all the details, and seeing it alongside my Hogwarts and with my other Lego, especially my Harry Potter Lego, I think it's a really nice addition, and I can't wait until I've got my new and improved Lego setup, which is going to be done when we move to the new house, and I can display this properly and give it the attention it deserves. So today I thought I would take you through it step by step and just show you all the little details that I really like. I'll just give you an overview of it first, going all the way down from the base there. If you don't know, it's made up of one big central structure, which I will show you as we go through, and then some other things which are either attached on top of it, or in the case of a few things down here, are completely separate. So this is the entire build. It's not the whole set though. There is another part of the set, which again, if you saw my more recent post on YouTube, you will have seen that. I'll just give you a sneak peek. It's just up here, just these minifigs. I'll show you that and the whole display at the end. I'm going to take you through in the order that the set was built, so we will start down here with some of the extra items. The first two things you build in the set are Harry's glasses and the Felix Felicis, which I'm probably pronouncing wrong. Here are the glasses. They obviously don't have any actual glass in the lenses, but they look fantastic. They're actually almost exactly the same size and shape as my own glasses. I'll just put them next to them for comparison. They don't fit nearly as well, and they definitely don't work, but they look fantastic. These elements, I believe, are new in this set, although they have been used subsequently. I think the new globe, or the Earth, uses them as part of its Technic construction. These are very simply made with very few pieces. Existing Technic pieces create the joints there, and then there are some cones and some animal tail pieces, which are the hooks for over the ears. They look very good. They don't attach to anything, so you can just leave them there as a separate piece to the side. Then you go ahead and build the Felix Potion. This is, again, a fairly simple build, but it does use some fantastic glow-in-the-dark pieces. I haven't actually had a chance to see just how well the glow-in-the-dark effect works, but I've seen from other reviews that it does work really well. This decoration here is a sticker. I'll point out where things are stickers and prints. There's a good mixture in the set. It really wasn't too bad. This uses some, as I said, glow-in-the-dark pieces, cones, 1x1 round brick, and then this 3x3 dome piece, which I've not actually had one of before, glow in the dark or otherwise, and it's an interesting piece, all attached with a 6-long bar through the middle, and then a gold fez and a clear dish piece on top. It's very small, very nice. It's about life size, so you know, it works pretty well. Right, the next thing we build is the wand, and I'm going to have to back the camera up a little bit because it's a bit more substantial and deserves a little bit more detail in looking at it. The wand is the first thing that you build that actually gets attached to the main structure. At the moment, it does just look like it's lying there, but it's actually held in place with a ball joint, which is very well hidden when it's actually on the base there. If I just turn that up, you can start to see the grey of the joint that's attached into the book. It pops off very easily though, and when you turn around, the ball joint is very obvious and visible, but it could be easily swapped out for another reddish-brown piece. This, of course, is specifically Harry's wand, and I think the LEGO designer has done a wonderful job with it. It's a little bit thicker than Harry's wand would be in real life, but that's necessary because of the pieces required and the shaping, which looks very nice overall. It's a dark brown handle and then a reddish brown main part of the wand. Uses a lot of the, I think I've heard it called the anti-slipper slope. So it's the same kind of dimensions as a 1x2x1 slope, but it's the one with the smooth top and the cutout inside. Uses that all the way around for the grip, along with some of these claw or rock pieces, plenty of slopes and things like that, studs on all sides construction, and then the main part of the wand is just built up with plates and tiles in reddish brown, and then one brick at the end. I actually really like the fact that this brick has some distance as it's inserted inside there. It isn't just held on at the end. You've actually got to push it a decent way inside before it fits into a stud, and that way it's a little bit harder to break off. It's not just going to come off randomly, and I think that was a good way of building it. So yeah, Harry's wand is great. It's very swishable as opposed to swooshable as you would get with a ship, and yeah, it could be a nice prop by itself. I think maybe Lego should go ahead and build some more wands. I mean, you know, plenty of people have designed their own out there, but I'm sure they could do some sort of line or possibly gift with purchase akin to the lightsabers that they've done with the Star Wars line of different characters' wands. Maybe Voldemort's or the Elder Wand I could see looking pretty nice as they are quite distinctive. There we go. Right, I'll get a couple of these things out of the way and we will start looking at the main construction. So here we are at the base of the main build. I've actually just taken off the Hogwarts letter, which I'll have a look at in a minute, just because it hides some of the details. I think it does look nice, but it is a bit of a shame. So, starting at the bottom, we have got Tom Riddle's diary, which is open. It's a good choice to make it Tom Riddle's diary, because then it doesn't require a huge amount of printing on these pieces, or, God forbid, a huge amount of stickers to show the inside of the book. So leaving it blank is absolutely fine. Obviously, this ball joint here is pretty prominent, although it wouldn't be the end of the world to try and swap it out for just some more tiles in order to hide it. Of course, once you put the wand on display, it's completely hidden, so that's fine. The diary itself looks really nice. It uses black and pearl gold pieces. Just spin this around and try not to break anything. There's some recolours which I haven't seen before, such as the 2x2 plate in pearl gold, which is great to get because before the selection's been quite limited, and it still is, but this is an improvement definitely. The book uses this fantastic technique using panels just here for the pages, and they're actually just stacked on top of each other and held in from the sides, and obviously top and bottom as well. Same technique as was used for the steps in the Trafalgar Square set. You know, you can kind of hear them rattling about, but they're not going to go anywhere, and they look great. And then there are just these large slopes on the top, and then more of these curved slopes in the middle to show the pages. The two books above that are less ornate. They use simpler techniques for the pages. They've actually just got these profile or grill bricks here. The two books are basically identical, apart from the fact that the structure inside needs to go through different parts of them. That's the main thing to say about this, is that although it looks very neat and ornate, it actually serves a purpose. You can see the top of the Technic structure just coming out here and going up into the Hedwig model. That actually goes all the way down to the base of Tom Riddle's diary, and we'll just see, and this may go horribly wrong, if I can tilt the entire thing back so you can see the base of the structure. Is this going to work? Ooh, it's a recipe for disaster. Things are falling off. There we go. There's the Technic structure. So that's what you actually build at first, and then the book is layered over it. Right, I'm going to bring this up because I don't trust it to hold itself together. Nothing broken. That's impressive. Just a couple of loose things came out. So yeah, the structure goes straight up in the middle, and then it's disguised by the fact that these books are at angles. They're actually held in place with turntables. All the Lego maths works out there perfectly, so they are locked in place. Obviously one in dark blue and one in dark red. And then going a step higher, we have this little tray full of potions. And I'll look at the tray itself first and then show you the potions bottles afterwards. This is, again, a more simple construction. It uses some of these ornate fence elements all the way around, including on the two sides. There's only one place where it uses something different, and that is back here. We've actually got a printed panel piece, which is the same dimensions as these fences, but it's printed with HG for Hermione Granger. and that looks really nice. It's not something I particularly remember seeing in the films, but it works out nicely, and it's also there to hold, if I can just move this round. That is one thing to say, even though this has a fairly square footprint, the actual dimensions of the entire build are large. So yeah, the potions bottles, you get 4 of them. The bottles themselves are actually identical, but they have different contents and different stickers. So this one is asphodel. All of the decorations on these are stickers. You've got a large sticker on the front, small sticker on the back, and it's filled with a load of 1x1 round plates in reddish brown. It's actually not quite as many as you think. There is a cone inside there, which takes up a bit of the space and also keeps things in place. This element at the top is new, and as far as I know, is still exclusive to this set. It's a sort of 4x4 dome, but it's actually got a small cutout in the top. It's a very unusual shape. I don't know if it's coming across on camera. Yeah, be interested to see what happens with that in the future. And then this stopper made with a truncated cone. So that's one. Next up here we have Wormwood Infusion, and this is using some darker green or dark translucent green studs, and they again have got a cone inside there, so that's the same shape in the other one. Another sticker on the front and small one on the back. This one has got slightly different content. It is, of course, gillyweed. 2 stickers, this time both on the front. Just uses those sort of tentacle pieces that I actually associate with the, I think, the Paraka minifig scale sets. See if anybody else remembers those. I didn't have any, but I desperately wanted them when they came out. But anyway, it's been used in loads of sets since, and that looks great. This is the only one that doesn't have a cone inside. And then last of all, we have got the Polyjuice Potion, again with the HG initials on there. All of these numbers and things are little Easter eggs. If you want to find out about those, I would definitely go for I think it's the New Elementary article, which has a bunch of information. This one, again, it's got that cone inside. It's got the bright trans green studs. So yeah, those are the 4 potions bottles. They will all fit inside the box, or you can actually leave one of them on this 2x2 jumper plate as directed in the instructions. Right, so that is the main base of the build. I think it's time to work our way up to what really is the star of the show, which is, of course, Hedwig. I've moved back and up again just so we can fully appreciate just how wonderful this sculpture is. There's really no other word for it. Even so, it's not quite fitting all on camera. You can see the tips of the wings just there. This was a really, really fun build. You actually start, as you might expect, down here building the legs. The legs are very much part of the main structure going down. So unfortunately, there's no removing Hedwig, or indeed no removing all of her in one piece. Without a lot of taking apart, but that does mean that it's nice and strong and it's not going to go anywhere. In fact, you can lift the entire thing up by Hedwig's legs without really any fear of it coming apart, apart from maybe the odd loose piece. That does mean that it is really nice and strong, and the shaping is just fantastic. The shaping for the body uses studs in all sorts of directions. The head is then a separate part that can spin a full 360 degrees. In fact, I'll just pop the head off because it comes off fairly easily. It's just built on one of these large octagonal plates, and then there's a turntable there. You can actually kind of see here where the change in direction comes. This is one part, and then at this line just here, the things are attached back to back using Technic pins, and the modified plates with Technic holes on the bottom that I think originate from the TIE Fighter, which I did previously review, and I will try and remember to link in the corner, and that all just clamps together perfectly. All the shaping is fantastic, and it just leaves loads of space available for all these extra feathers to come out. Just spin her all the way around to the back. So yeah, we've got all these feathers, although I suppose they're probably supposed to represent clumps of feathers, which come out like this, and the wingspan just looks amazing. I'll just come back even further. From a distance, it genuinely looks like it's not made of Lego, and I think that is a really high compliment in this case. There is a bit of repetition when it comes to building these feathers, because there's 2 wings and, 2 sets of tail feathers on the back here, but it never got too boring as it comes together quite quickly. One piece I really did like is just back here. You see there are actually some round plates. These are the ones with holes through the middle. There's actually one of the newer 2 long bars in the middle sandwiching these 2 halves together. I think this is the first set where I've got one of those pieces, and it did come with a spare. So looking forward to seeing what I might end up doing with those. Spin her round again, trying not to hit the camera, and I think we'll pop her head back on. Incidentally, the head is fantastic with this angled piece just here. It's all fitted with hinges behind, but it is incredibly secure. It uses the same printed eyepieces as that Hedwig up there, but there really is no comparison between the two. This one is so much better. Obviously has the advantage of being at a larger scale, but yeah, this is a truly amazing build, and I have heard a little bit of criticism out there, but I don't know how you could do any better within Lego, and it still somehow manages to look like a Lego version, whilst at the same time looking realistic. So it is a really, really wonderful build, and it will be a fantastic sort of standout piece in the collection. But we are not done yet. There are still a few things left to look at. We did go past this briefly earlier as we looked at the books and then up at Hedwig. This, of course, is the Golden Snitch. I will just pull this off the mounting there. This is a great build. The structure inside is actually way more complicated than I thought it would be. Just see if I can pull one of these dishes off. Yeah, it uses the newer bracket pieces. So these are 1x1 brackets, but then they actually have the 2 studs vertically orientated, and you've got a set of 3 on there, and then matching 3 the opposite, so they all interlock on that side. And then on top of those you've got these gold dish pieces, and then underneath you've actually got gold tiles. These are all the painted gold, and then the wings are actually pearl gold. These are balloon eighths. They're originally designed for 8 of them to go around and form a balloon, but they are the perfect shape for these wings. They could have been made for them. Obviously the mismatch of colours is a little bit of a shame, but then the wings are made of a slightly different material on the actual Golden Snitch in the film. That looks great. Just has a Technic bar coming out of the side there, and then it just slots in there nice and easy, he says, trying to get it back in. And yeah, the wings are obviously repositionable, make it look really nice, make it look like it's flying. Yeah, it's just a great addition to the side. There's also kind of a nice symmetry between the wings of the Golden Snitch and the wings of Hedwig up above. Coming down to the base, back to where we started, you get this, which I think is probably the most disappointing aspect of the set, actually. It's meant to be, I think it describes it as a Hogwarts Scarf, and I don't know about you. I mean, I get it. I suppose it's the tasseled end of a scarf coming out from under the book, but it's just a bit meh. Maybe the studded surface in contrast to the relative lack of studs going over the rest of the model, but it just looks a bit unfinished. I think it's also slightly unfortunate that it is the regular blue as opposed to the dark blue. Dark blue would have looked so much better. The one thing to be said is that you don't just have to build it in the Ravenclaw colours here. You actually get all of these extra pieces here to build it in any of the 4 house colour combinations, and they've been quite creative in that some of the houses share colours. So for instance, the yellow and the black is Hufflepuff, the yellow and the red is Gryffindor, green and silver is Slytherin, and then blue and silver is Ravenclaw, which also all the other spare parts of the set in there. So that does make sense. It's just a little bit disappointing. You can, of course, just pull it off, and underneath there is just this little bit here, which you could put something else on, or you could remove and replace. But yeah, it's just a bit of a shame. Simple enough build. What I might do is try and replace it with dark blue pieces possibly, and then maybe tile it over, something like that. I don't know. I might have a look around on the internet, see if anybody has come up with a creative solution to make that look a bit better. Anyway, on to the last couple of things before we take a look at the figures. Of course, we get a chocolate frog. I am doing this slightly out of order, but don't at me for it. This it really makes up for this. This is a fantastic build. It's so good, so well shaped. These pieces here are perfect for webbed toes. They are just the right shape. This this modified wedge at the front here is amazing as the mouth. The eyes look great. You know, from a distance, this looks just like a sculpt of a chocolate frog. Obviously, it's in exactly the right colour. Slightly odd that we don't get any mini Lego frogs in this set, just to complement it. Not that there would have been any particular place for them. I just think it's one of those pieces they like to throw in. We did get, you know, 60 pink ones in the bonsai tree, so why not throw some in for this? And then the last part of the main build is, of course, the Hogwarts acceptance letter, which is 3 huge they're either 8 by 16 or 8 by 12 tiles, which are massive. I don't know if I've had any of these before. Normally found in dark bluish grey to act as roads, at least until the new road system came in. And this is pretty much a transcription of the words from the book and, well, also the letter from the film, probably more accurately, with Professor McGonagall's signature down there, Dumbledore's credentials, the Hogwarts crest up there. I had heard that there was a misprint, but I don't actually know if it's there anymore. They may have corrected it. Either way, it's so small that it's kind of insignificant. The only problem I have with this is the blank here. Now, I know what the intention was. The intention was that you could write your name in there. However, 2 things. 1, don't really want to write on Lego. That's kind of a given anyway. But also, you know, this is 1. You get 1 of these in the set. If you get it wrong, what are you going to do? If you're going to put your own name there, then I think also maybe the dotted line doesn't work quite well, but that's all right. I think they should have just put Harry. I mean, the whole rest of the thing is so obviously Harry. You've got Harry's glasses, Harry's wand, the Felix, Hedwig, the Golden Snitch. You know, this is all Harry related, apart from the Hermione potions box. But it's all Harry related, so it would have just made sense to put Harry's name in there. But you know what? I'm okay with it because these are fantastic prints, and I'm really happy with that. This just clips onto the outside and hides some of that Technic structure just below Hedwig, but it also does kind of hide some of the rest of the set, so in that way it's maybe a little bit of a shame. But anyway, really nice, and that rounds out the majority of the build. We've just got one last thing to look at, and it is actually quite a major thing. What I'm going to show you is a little bit more than actually comes in the set, but I will point out which bits are in the set and which bits aren't. I think it's not really shown too much on the front of the box, at least, and I think it's going to be a selling point for a lot of people. Certainly was with me, although the rest of it is also fantastic as well. So I will grab that down from the shelf up there and we'll take a look through it. And here is that final piece of the set, which, as I said, for some people, this will be the only reason to buy this. I've seen lots of people selling off the rest of the stuff, presumably because they've just bought it for this and are keeping this, selling the rest. I completely understand that. Now, to be clear, not all of this comes in this set. What you get in this set is the central bit here with this wonderfully brick-built chocolate frog card, the golden Dumbledore, Hagrid and McGonagall, as well as the reddish-brown and gold bases going in both directions all the way along. It's really great. You actually get enough space for all the golden figures. What is not included are obviously the other figures, so no Harry, Ron, Hermione, Quirrell or Voldemort, or even Snape, who is the only one I'm missing, and you do not get any of the chocolate frog cards, which is slightly surprising. I thought they might throw in a couple just for fun, but these I have got in other sets and via Bricklink. So this is the intended display. The chocolate frog card in the middle, amazing, just a brilliant build. Uses loads of purple and dark tan and gold and regular tan pieces, including printed tiles, or rather I should say a printed tile saying Harry Potter on the front there, and then a printed curved slope saying Albus Dumbledore. Just bring that a little bit closer to the camera so you can see it. Wonderful production quality, looks great. Doesn't look as great round the back. You can see some more of the holes in it and the way they've constructed the back. I've not had any of these curved slopes or curved bricks. They're relatively new piece. I've not had any, so it's nice to get some. But it looks amazing from the front. You can see how the back of the base is constructed just here. What I've added are these plates underneath, and then of course all of these brackets, which I just happen to have anyway. I happen to have 16 of those brackets, probably from the Hogwarts Moment sets. And then on the front I have placed all of the tiles, 16 that you can collect overall. So that's my way of displaying it. Imagine it without those, that's what you get in the set. It's great that they include enough space for all the other golden figures, and that makes a lot of sense, so you can display them all together. The golden figures they're really great. The golden Hagrid and Dumbledore and McGonagall, it is a shame that they're exclusive to this quite expensive set, because the other ones all come in the relatively cheaper playset versions, which as I said, I don't have Snape. That comes in the chess set. It's been out of stock forever, so if anybody has a hookup on a golden Snape, then let me know, because I'm definitely on the lookout for one. Don't necessarily want to pay £40 for them, which is what they're going for on eBay at the moment. So yeah, I really like this. I think the golden minifigures are a fantastic way to celebrate 20 years of Lego Harry Potter. In fact, they all say 20 years on the back of their torsos, even Hagrid there. And so yeah, I'm really pleased that I was able to get this. I think it looks amazing on display. When we do move into the new house and I have my Lego desk, I'm actually going to be able to get a little bit more space. So thank you to my wonderful other half for allowing me that. I'm definitely going to want to put a shelf up with this and select other of my sets. So yeah, that really is it for this review. I've waffled on for ages, but I really like this set. Now, Diagon Alley, I promise it's coming. I would have done it right now if I hadn't gone ahead and got this set and just really wanted to get my opinions on it out there. I really enjoyed it. If you like something, if you like Harry Potter and you want something that's a little bit different from the normal Hogwarts or playset related things, something that's going to look absolutely fantastic on display, but doesn't really have that play value, then go ahead and get this. It's now available outside of Lego, but if you do want to buy it from Lego, I'll leave my affiliate link in the description below, and you can go ahead and do that, and I might earn a little bit of commission from it. Alright, thank you so much for watching. If you've stuck all the way to the end of this really long rambling video, it really is appreciated. If you like the video, please give it a like down below, leave a comment letting me know what you think about this set, or about these figures, or about anything else, or complaining that I haven't done the Diagon Alley review, or I haven't finished my Hogwarts yet. That's absolutely fine. I love all your comments. And subscribe to the channel for more. And if you want to support me at Patreon, I will also leave my link in the description below. Okie doke, see you next time, where I will, okay, I'm not going to promise I'm going to do Diagon Alley because I'll probably change my mind, but I will see you very soon, and until then, have a good one.